kick last night with us. We're going to go back over there 7 o'clock. We've got a reel
I'm panicking.
tonight, so let's get him.
I'm going to panicking when...
Right, where we at on those taps? We need to push this live out. It's an awareness live. 114k likes before we start. Get those reposts. Where's the shares chat? Come on. This is important. Let's rock out a little bit. We're going to get started. This week on Saturday, I'm doing a double deep dive featuring 2 wrong'uns. Right, chat, right, we're going to get going. We're going to get going. If you could please keep tapping on the screen. If you could please keep tapping on the screen while we're going. Please make sure to hold the screen down and hit that repost if you haven't already. And yeah, please make sure that you get this video out in any way you can. If you're watching this back on YouTube or anywhere else I might post it, make sure to give it that thumbs up. Right, today we are concentrating on this absolute nonce who is on TikTok. So this is a convicted paedophile who has a TikTok account and has been live streaming quite regularly on TikTok. And I've had a look through some of the accounts that they're interacting with, and surprise, surprise, it's mainly young looking people. Now, the face you see here is the guy behind this account and also the guy behind this news article. Now, I want to read just the headline because I think if I read out any more, TikTok would absolutely take this live down. Now, it says pervert paid £70 for sex with a level 14, but what he didn't know is that he was actually talking to Police Scotland. Now, he's shown some paperwork on his live stream. Now, what this is a Justice Social Work report. For those of you who don't know what that is, usually a judge will order one of these to take place to determine the capacity of the person who has been charged and whether they would need special measures if they were to be jailed. Now, unfortunately, not a lot of paedophiles and nonces end up with a prison sentence. Now, I'm going to go through the parts of this paperwork which will blow your mind, but obviously will reinforce that it's definitely this man behind the news article. Now, down here it says where it says pattern. So the information provided by the Scottish Criminal Records Office conveys that the index matter is him, and it was his first conviction for a criminal offence. The offence took place on the 1st of May 2024. Any convictions out of Scotland are unknown. Now, the index offence pertains to him having attempted to obtain sexual services of a female child who was understood by him to have been under the age of 18 years. He advised that he was directed to a website, Viva Street, by a friend, and thereafter responded to a profile which had been in fact posted by Police Scotland. Now, it said, whilst he denies any sexual motivation to the indexed offence. Now, what I will say is, I asked the question yesterday what that website is, Viva Street. So I went and had a look, and Viva Street seems to be somewhere where you hire escorts. So somebody saying that they went to an escort website and their motivation wasn't of a sexual nature, I think is absolute bollocks. But these paedophiles do have a habit of bullshitting and lying. Now, he conceded during the second interview that he had that he'd made contact with the service via a phone call and had chosen to meet with a 14 or 15-year-old girl, stating that he couldn't recall which the advertisement posted. Now, it said he had a clear sexual interest in I don't know whether I can say that word, basically preteen girls. Whilst this appears to be a non-contact offence, by his own admission, he had attended, and obviously his motivation was to do something. Now, I've heard every excuse under the sun from people like this.
I'm panicking.
Don't panic.
No, I am.
On TikTok. I've heard absolutely every excuse. Now, from what I understand is Luke from Ghosts and a few others called him out the other night quite rightly. Somebody recognised him, identified him, and he was called out. Now, I'm going to watch this call out with you guys tonight and see what his excuses were. See if I've not watched this. I'm going to blind react and break down his bullshit. And on Saturday, I have a deep dive coming out on YouTube like I do every week. This Saturday will feature this man and will feature another person who is on TikTok at the moment, but I'm not going to say who it is. It's not somebody who is immediate risk to children, but it's somebody that needs to be mentioned. Now, I'm not surprised that he was refusing to let certain people in the box because they like to try and control the narrative. Now let's get straight into this.
Pay fine or community payback order or just a tag, no jail. The reason
It doesn't matter if you didn't have jail or a tag, you were convicted of sexual offences against a child. Like, it matters that the sentence from the judge is piss poor. You're still convicted of it.
and why I got jail, because I took the court. I'm think the postcode is fake, and I'm thinking she wanting someone to marry her daughter. That's why I got jail.
Oh
Stop it. Stop with your lies. Stop it.
1 second, mods. What I put in the Discord, the first message, that's his username, and the second one's the pin message. Sorry, chat.
And
It's
if you
it's
don't
in
believe
black and
me,
white.
if you
It's
don't
in black and white.
let me
Everybody's
talk.
got
Let
it.
me talk. Let me
Everybody
talk.
Googling.
Let me
Googling.
talk. Leave Google alone. If you don't
Leave Google alone. We've seen your paperwork, nonce.
believe me, I can bring the court paper for you and show
Go on,
you. The
get
court
it.
paper is
Get
there.
it.
I can show you now.
Get it.
Right.
Get it.
Okay.
So when the
I can bring the court paper for you.
I swear, the biggest
Mate, he's such a liar. It's everywhere. It's
He got-
everywhere.
This is my file.
He was
This is my
expected
court
That's not a very big file.
paper. This
I suppose you don't get a big file when you were found guilty, so it's
15-year-old girl.
this is my file. I can show you everything now if you don't believe.
Show everybody. Show everybody everything. Don't take things out.
right. Everyone that wants awareness about go and follow Artisan Joker. She does amazing on it.
Yes, is Artisan in the chat? Mods, can we pin Artisan? Everyone, will you make sure to follow that account, please? They're really good with awareness. They do a hell of a lot of good work.
Yeah, well done, everybody.
10 years on the shop was for a serious offence, usually. I mean, he has obviously wanted to pay for S with a minor, and he's also, you know, when this isn't giving away a secret, you know, when a paedophile will come and meet a paedophile hunting team. So like a paedophile hunting team might arrange a meet somewhere, and the paedophile turns up and they get stung. One of the reasons that people do that is because it shows intent, because they actually showed up, they actually went to the place. So usually you get a higher charge for stuff like that because it shows the intent. The intent was there, they went there. This guy went to the arranged meetup to have, you know, paid S with that child, so that would have shown intent, which probably was in relation to what his sentence ended up being.
Be second.
Mate, it's everywhere. Everybody's seen it. Everybody's seen it. You
He looks like he's in some sort of hostel, doesn't he?
paid you went onto a website where they supply young girls, right? You paid £70 and you was expecting to have 30 minutes with an underage girl, and a police officer was there. You got arrested. You got convicted. You went to prison. You're on the sex offenders register for 9 years.
He got a 10-year sexual harm prevention order, which is one of the maybe one of the highest to get in this country.
Yeah. And
You
it's
know,
on,
we
and
sting
it's on
paedophiles
Luke's totally right. That is his username, Charles.
all year round. For the last 10 years, I've been catching them, and it's very
well
rarely
done,
you'll
mate.
get a
Luke's right.
It's very rarely you'll get a 10-year sexual harm prevention order. It's very rare in this country because there's system is absolutely fucked and broken.
Yeah, it is,
But
yes.
to get a 10-year sexual harm prevention order, yeah, these guys committed serious crimes.
Well, he's saying that the other person never ever got caught. Of course they would have done. And he said to me...
But it doesn't matter, do you know what I mean? Like, I understand the argument here that he's probably bullshitting, but it doesn't matter whether Tom, Dick and Harry, who might have had something to do with it, hasn't been fucking caught. He was. And he is the fucking nonce. Would deport you, you fucking racist prick. Did you just look at a man with a different skin colour as yourself and assume that he's in this country in a certain way? F off out of my chat. I'm not having any ignorance or racism towards stuff like this. Piss off out.
Like when I first came onto his live yesterday, that all he got done for was a phone call and being in the car. He wouldn't have gone to jail just for that. The guy is a liar. And all I'm trying to do is spread awareness, like you guys, and try to protect our children. I mean, and he's on here trying to bring up the race card and immigration, and it's nothing to do with that.
Exactly.
It's literally...
Evening, is that Luke? Hey, Luke.
He shouldn't be on here. There was loads of women in the...
He has got a lot of people who following him, though, that are young children, and it worries me, like, because... Is he following them back? You can't see who he's following.
Boxes last night, right?
Guys, make sure you're following Luke in the chat as well.
And he's followed
pinned.
every single one of them, okay? And he's in there, but he keeps going on their profiles, right? And checking their profiles out. Because these
Nose on that cut.
women have children,
Jesus.
right? And I believe he's going on their profiles to try to find a weak mother with children.
Good, because I was wondering, usually when they're on the shop or they're under a mapper agent or something like that, they're not usually allowed to post or be on a profile online under a pseudonym name. So they're not usually allowed to have a nickname, you know, like obviously I'm the Fat Freak, for example. If it was me, I'd have to have an account saying James Hope. I couldn't have it as the Fact Freak. But obviously, what's happening to the UK? We've got ignorant cunts like you and Jim. Out the chat, mods.
So he can get in there and nonce on their children.
So usually they can't have a pseudonym name, so they can't like hide themselves. That's one of the reasons. So him having a name like this on TikTok is a definite no.
Right. He hasn't followed me. He doesn't go onto my profile. He goes onto women's profiles, looking at them and trying to work out who's the weakest one and if he can nonce on their kids. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. And please, everybody, be aware. If he starts following you, please don't follow him. Please, please. I'm not here spreading.
Do you know, like, obviously, as an awareness creator, I was quite glad that it stopped mass reporting from working, because obviously, when people had an issue with my awareness, they would take my videos down through mass reporting. But it's a flip. It's a double-sided coin, because if mass reporting was still working, we could have all got this cunt's profile took down tonight. We could have all done it. It's so annoying. TikTok is absolutely useless. It's a terrible app for safeguarding.
Hey, I'm really not. I don't do this, right? I'm a mental health advocate. My page.
Here he comes.
I don't know why I'm still.
Well, and we all know that's bullshit, don't we, Luke?
Let you talk here. Go away. I don't like to talk to you because you are a hate, a racism. Do you know what racism you are? You are.
Well, that's just fucking wrong, isn't it? Jesus Christ.
A racism. You are.
You are a nonce, right? It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what gender you are, what race you are. You are a nonce. You have no human rights. You're a piece of shit. And, of course, have I seen a nonce, sex offender, DV perpetrator, anybody that I have spoken about on this app, try and use every pathetic little excuse to try and get out of the situation? Yes. So am I surprised about this? No.
The problem is, if I said bad words, I will got banned from TikTok. So I don't want to talk bad about him.
Why when people from different
You're right, I did block a racist in this chat, and he's not in my chat because he'd be getting blocked too. F***ing nonce.
Keep my control for
Great point, that.
myself. I don't want to talk bad about you. Let me keep my control to myself. If I became angry, let me just control myself, mate.
Calm yourself down, Ronnie Pickering. Listen.
Luke, nicely done.
You as a person, yeah, are trying to justify your crime, which you are convicted of. Yeah? Convicted.
What do you asking?
I'm asking, you have been convicted
You're wasting your time.
of a sexual offence against children, minors, yeah?
I haven't been convicted.
No.
I didn't been convicted.
Right here.
I got arrested because I got arrested because
You paid
police say
£70
I'm
to
not
me, yes.
telling. Let me talk. I got arrested because police officer said I'm not telling the truth because he was asking me, did somebody use your phone? I said no, and then I said no comment. That's why I got arrested because I have changed my answer.
Yeah,
So they was
No fucking sense. That makes absolutely no fucking sense. You were arrested because you turned up to a location where you thought you were meeting somebody to have sex with a 14-year-old child, and you were arrested. You wouldn't, like, the reason they asked, has anybody used your phone, to which you've just said you said no, is because then they're like, well, the messages came from this phone, we've got him, bang to rights. Honestly, these nonsense are thick as f***. They literally share a brain cell.
From yes to no. You didn't change it from yes to no or no to yes. You changed it from no to no comment.
They was asking me
Exactly, Cheryl.
questions. Some questions I answered. I answered some questions, and first 4 questions I said no comment. So when we finished the questions, he said you are under arrest and you go into court because you.
When you finished the questions, he said you were under arrest. Well, that's bollocks, isn't it? Because you wouldn't be questioned unless you'd been arrested and read your Miranda rights. Honestly, it never surprises me how thick but confident these people are.
You didn't tell the truth. After I gave him every single questions answering.
Right. Can I just stop you for one
Bullshit.
minute? Did you turn up to meet a child?
No, I don't.
Did you pay to meet a child?
I didn't pay.
Who did?
My friend.
So why did your friend get convicted? Why did you say no comment? Because let me reassure you, I'm no grass, but if my
because
friend...
Because they didn't bring him. They didn't bring him to the court.
But they gave you the opportunity to tell the...
Makes absolutely no sense.
Truth, didn't they? But you didn't.
They didn't give me the chance. They didn't give me the space to speak.
Calm yourself down.
He looks like he's in a what do you call it, like HMO type place, doesn't he?
You're getting yourself all hyped up.
He is angry as well. And do you know what, right? Obviously Luke can handle himself. Other people who are going in on him, a fully grown man. But can you imagine that kind of aggression with a child where he's not getting his own way? And that's what's always scary with these.
There's no justice. It's because I'm illegally. It's because
listen,
I'm
this
refugee.
Is where I'm going. This is
no
where
justice
I'm going.
for me.
It's got nothing to do with that. You're a nonce. You're a nonce who's now desperately trying to think of any sort of reason that would... Luke, everybody here calling you out, speaking about this in awareness fashion, is not mentioning where you are from or anything like that. It's got nothing to do with that. It's the fact that you are a nonce. Doesn't matter where you're from or who you are, what gender you are, it just doesn't fucking matter. You're a nonce. It doesn't come into it.
Because I'm a refugee.
No, it's nothing about refugees. It's not about race, religion or nothing. The problem is with people who come into
because I'm Syrian.
No, can you let me speak for once? Affiliating a meet with a child or a minor in this country who is anything but English to play the race card. It's not about race. It's not about religion. How about you think of the innocent children that are going to be taught? Who paid the £70? Whose card was it paid on?
My friend that he drove the car. He paid the £70. It is not me.
No, I'm not saying who paid the £70.
My friend.
So your friend paid it, your friend booked it, but you was convicted.
Yeah, my friend.
That makes absolutely no sense. Luke's right. How the f*** would that come about? If they were just following the digital paper trail, if it was him, his friend that arranged the meet, his friend that paid for it, it makes no sense. But if you read the news article, the fucker was arrested turning up to meet them.
The man, he drove the car, he should be the convicted. He should be going to the court. He should be in the jail. They accused me for something, didn't do it. It's because my mobile phone, I did use my mobile phone. I choose in my voice 15. But the person that he was going to meet, my friend, it is not me. Why you involving me on a crime?
Because you was convicted.
You're the convicted nonce.
You know, it's not rocket
Yeah, he did.
science, is it?
He told me to respond to the advert.
So there you go. So you have responded to the advert, yeah, on your mobile phone, but it was your friend.
Yeah, but like I said, I had a look at this website. This website is called Viva Street, and it advertises escort services. Escort services for legal age escorts, should we say. So, in my understanding, and it's happened before, Chris Hansen uses this quite a lot actually, where in the stings that he does at the moment, where somebody will message the woman and then the woman will say, well, my daughter's, you know, you can do whatever with my daughter for such and such money. So the profile on the account on Viva Street, probably with their terms of service as well, would have to be presenting as an adult on that account. So then he's got to have messaged that account to then be told whatever it is to do with the child, and then the communication's got to have gone on and on like that. So it's not some sort of like innocent mistake or bullshit or anything like that. There's got to be a lot that's got into this sort of arrangement.
It was my friend, yes. It was my friend. My friend, he told me to respond to the advert.
Did you know the age of this advert?
I found the advert myself on Viva Street, and the age, it was 15. And the man that he said response to the advert, it was the man that...
But you can't, like... I'm telling you now, like I say, he would have had to message a profile of somebody who was on the profile showing a legal age, and then he would have had to message them to then be told that the child, you know, there was a 15-year-old child involved or whatever else. So he's saying in his own words, he found the account, he found the message, he messaged and was told 15.
He drove the car and he was going to meet the girl, not me.
Right, so you just...
So why the f*** did you tag along, dipshit? Like, this makes sense. So the other guy was driving, but you came along for the crack. And you're like, oh, you're going to meet a child. Oh, do you mind if I pop in? Might be a nice day out for me. The hell you talk? Like, the defence is fucking ridiculous.
Said you found the advert, you responded to the advert, but on behalf of your friend.
By my friend, that because he told me to respond to the advert by my phone.
But how?
Yeah, I bet, Luke.
Because he can use his phone. He can use his phone. He can use his phone and respond to the advert from his phone. But he didn't do it because he wanted to accuse me with him and his
a mystery friend that did all the work, set this guy up. It's just like when they say they're being hacked, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? This is this level of shit excuse.
crime.
No, it's your crime, not his crime.
It is his crime. He accused me. I'm abused in the
Guys, if you think he's guilty, put guilty in the chat.
crime.
So whose bank card paid for the £70?
His bank card.
Right, so you this ain't making no sense, is?
He abused me with him.
But it's your crime. You had the option. You were took into investigation in an interview, yeah? You were given your rights, or human rights in this country, you were still given them. Even though you entered this country illegally, you were given your human rights. They gave you the chance to tell the truth, but you didn't. Because you knew, Sunshine, you were fucked, didn't you? You knew you banged to rights.
My mom, she paid the £15,000 to came illegally in this country.
Who the f*** is? And also, if a guy who's jumped straight to "you're doing this because I'm a refugee" tells you he's a refugee or tells you he's here illegally, don't believe him. Don't just take the words of a nonce who tells you that they are that way inclined when they're looking for that angle for sympathy. You want more clarification than that. I don't take a nonce's word for it. People in here saying he showed a UK passport, etc. I wouldn't believe a fucking word he's saying.
My mom and dad, they paid 50
Wouldn't believe a fucking word.
grand for me to came on boat.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What, to abuse our children? Or did they send you £15,000
No.
for a better life?
No.
He's almost laughing. He's almost laughing. Look at that face. He thinks it's funny, man. Working an angle.
In this country.
For protection, for a good future, and my future
Well, I doubt that he came here on a boat for his student visa, did he? F*** me, chat.
has ended.
So you see
Destroyed.
your parents.
Now I
your
have no
parents
future.
spent
It's destroyed.
£15,000 for your future.
Yeah,
You come to this country.
and the future is destroyed now because what happened.
And whose problem is that? Who done that? You?
He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck. But his face is going to be out there. People are going to recognise him. Somebody's going to recognise this nonsense.
Your parents.
What do you mean?
So who destroyed your future?
Who destroyed my future?
Yeah.
Smug little nonce, isn't he?
My friend who destroyed my future.
Okay. But
Mute the political stuff, mods.
it was you searching for the 15-year-old, wasn't it, on Viva Street?
I said yes.
Yeah, it was your account on Viva Street, wasn't it?
There is no account on Viva Street.
Listen, it was your mobile number, wasn't it?
It is my mobile number, yeah.
Yeah,
It is
there you
my
go.
phone.
So, Sunshine, you were fucked. You committed crimes against children.
No, I didn't commit anything.
So you've been given a sexual harm prevention order. What for?
Been flagged for harassment. I'm harassing the paedophile. I better calm it down a bit.
I'm panicking.
Don't panic.
No, I am, because I'm going to lose my job.
But was you
So
panicking
do
when you...
I. So do I.
Shoplifting or abusing children?
I've been done again.
See that gulp? I've looked predators in the face for 10 years and that gulp says it all.
So I was talking
Luke's right, you know, you notice patterns of behaviour, patterns of, you know, the way they act, the shifty way they act and everything. It's right.
to him. I was talking to that man that he was on the top.
Yeah.
And that he's named Diamond. I told him why he was asking me. You went to
Evening, guys. Don't forget as well, after this live, about 7 o'clock, we're going live on Kick. My user over there is Fact Freak. We do live deep dive research over on Kick, and you guys can actually submit things for me to look at. So yeah, make sure you're following over there. We'll be live there at about 7 o'clock.
the jail and he didn't let me talk. So I was going to show him the papers that why I did went to the jail. So I told the court that I went to the jail.
Luke, I don't know if you were in when I said, and this is for the chat as well, I'm doing a double deep dive this Saturday. So the deep dive is going to feature two people. One of them is this guy, basically. So that'll be this Saturday's deep dive at 8 o'clock on YouTube. We're going to break down his whole crimes, everything I know about him, everything I've found out about him, as well as obviously, like I say, another person, which I'll announce closer to Saturday.
Because I told the judge, I'm thinking she wanting someone to marry her daughter. So if you want to see what I said to the court, so I can show you now this all the file with me. I can show you what I said.
It doesn't matter what you said. It really doesn't matter, does it?
So you had a legal team in court. Your legal team that
Exactly like his defence is, well, it's because I was arranging to marry the minor. The fuck?
represented you, yeah? Correct?
A wild defence.
What a legal team.
Your solicitor, barrister, defence.
The solicitor, it was a duty solicitor by police. It was not
Yeah,
a
so the
defense.
duty solicitor would have been when you were in custody. You wouldn't have had a duty solicitor in a case like this in a court of law.
That's right, you would have had a barrister.
And I asked him, you told me to say no comment, and he said, I saved you. You didn't save me, mate. You said to answer no comment,
So
to
when
put
you
me in the
left that-
trouble.
So that is a duty solicitor. So when you get arrested and they say, do you want a legal representative, do you want a solicitor, you don't get an actual solicitor, you get somebody who represents the firm, who comes and sits with you in the interview. There's not a lot they can do, but usually they'd advise you to shut the fuck up, or if you tell them what's going on, they might get you to read out a pre-prepared statement or something like that. That's a duty solicitor. And imagine hearing that a duty solicitor said, I saved you, by telling him not to answer questions to the police. It is it. Like, everybody is entitled to a defence, but can you imagine sleeping at night knowing that you told a nonce to, yeah, be quiet, I'll save you from this conviction?
I said, just the first
The not. Jessica.
4 questions, I give no comment, but the other questions I do answered. You told me to say no comment, and then I got arrested.
Yeah, that was an interview, yeah? No comment.
Yeah?
So the day you was convicted in a court of law, did you walk out that court, or did you
You can get a police station representative, Jessica, not always a duty.
go to custody?
What time you talk about?
The time you was convicted for sexual offences.
I was remanded 3 months, and I left on conditions.
Now, just say to get remanded as well. It's hard to get remanded. It is very hard to get remanded.
After going to custody 3 months remanded, I left the jail on conditions to stay away of under 16 and sign in every week at the police station. I signed for 7 months, and then they told me I need to appearance at court. I did appeared at court, and then they sent the date to 2 months later to bring the voice, but because in that time on 10th January 2025.
I just say, and like Luke's already mentioned in the box there when he went at him, this guy got a 10-year shopple, and he was remanded and made to sign regularly weekly at the police station while he was out of remand, while he was out and all that. This is something that they've basically deemed him to be a high-risk offender to do all of that.
They have no voice to trial. On 3rd of March, convicted. On 9th April,
Is that what he's trying to say, Luke? Because that's fucking insane.
sentenced, because they in that time bring in the voice.
So
That I choose on
Try
my
this paper.
voice, 15 on my voice.
Maria,
And-
So is that a voice note maybe that he sent this profile that he was okay with a 15-year-old?
On the news, they had changed the age to 14. On the news, on the court paper, they had changed the age to under 13.
So, right, listen. So, you knew this child was 15 years of age, correct? From the advert, yeah?
Correct, yeah.
Correct.
Imagine sitting there and saying that. As though, like, the news article says 14, but it was 15. What?
So, if it wasn't you, why didn't you, as an adult, someone in this country who'd come in for a better future, and your parents spent £15,000 to bring you over on rubber dinghy, yeah?
£15,000 to came on a small boat from
Can I talk?
France.
Yeah, because I couldn't afford a plane ticket. Come on, man. Do not take this cunt's word for everything, man.
Can I talk?
£15,000 to came by boat for me from Saudi Arabia to here.
Stressing me out. So why did you not say to your friend, you can't do this in this country? The children are still 15 is 15.
Because in that time I was.
I think you need to look at the age of consent in the country he claims to be from. I think you'll find it's exactly the same. So I really don't understand what the age of consent's going to do between both countries, because they're exactly the same.
Don't know what was the consent age as well.
That's coincidence,
But you're an adult, so that's your responsibility to fucking know it anyway.
isn't it? Listen, so you know right from wrong, yeah? You know left and right.
What do you mean?
Do you know right from wrong?
What I have done is wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was wrong.
So what the f*** are you arguing for then?
Right, so you there, Sunshine, is fucked because you just said what you have done is wrong. So you know you've done wrong. So why would you do wrong if you hadn't done
Luke, man, it's like arguing with wood.
nothing wrong?
It is, isn't it?
I know it was wrong.
But what was wrong?
Christ almighty.
Wrong, my situation.
This cunt will re-offend. Do you agree, chat? Yes or no? This guy will re-offend. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. Just his whole attitude. When the attitude is like, you know, I didn't do anything wrong. Looking at semantics, laughing, joking, argumentative, all this sort of stuff. This guy will re-offend. This guy will re-offend. I don't think this guy fully understands what's wrong, basically.
What was happened, that was wrong.
But you're blaming yourself, but you just said it was your friend.
I was going to show him what was seriousness.
Show me.
I want to show you the seriousness in my case, in this paper.
And this is the paperwork we looked at the start of the stream.
I can show.
Yeah, well, can you put it up on the screen so I can see it?
Give me a second. Here, this paper is talk about the Justice Social Work Report. I can show you all the Justice Social Work Report.
Like I said, just a social report is just sort of working out his capacity, whether he understands, and also working out if he was jailed, what allowances they would have to do, can he work, for example, all that sort of thing.
What I said to the judge.
I don't need to see what you said to the judge. I want to see what the judge's remarks were.
So how can I?
Just turn it round.
Because
Controlling the narrative.
Turn it round.
you can't see because I need to flip the camera. So I need to put the, because I don't want to lose the connection as well. So I can show you that what I said here. I can read for you and then I can turn the paper around. So the seriousness, I can read first. Whilst Mr. Abdurrahman denies any sexual motivation to the index offense, he considered during the second interview that he made contact with the service via a phone call and had chosen to meet with a 14 or 15, stating that he couldn't
This is a different piece of paper.
recall which the advertisement posted by Police Scotland specified.
Sorry, that's bullshit, because right there it says, and had chosen to meet. So he's changing the words. He's changing the words, because if you look here, where's my camera so I can move myself? If you look here, it said, which chosen to meet with a 14 or 15-year-old girl, stating that he couldn't recall which. So basically saying he said he was going to meet a 14 or 15-year-old, but he can't remember whether it was the 14 or the 15-year-old. What fucking defence is that? What fucking shit defence is that? Makes absolutely no sense.
Young girls, and Mr. Abdurrahman would have been in no doubt that he was enlisting the services of a minor.
Yeah.
In no doubt he was enlisting the services of a minor.
Demonstrating a clear sexual interest in Bob-sent girls, whilst
The man's literally telling on himself. He's literally telling on himself.
this appears to be a non-contact offense. By his own admission, Mr. Abdurrahman's attended a specified location to meet.
He's been telling a completely different story and he's reading out the actual truth. This is unbelievable. This is actually unbelievable. This is a first for me. I've never seen a predator deny everything, and then read out the actual truth as though it proves his version of events.
Meet with the girl. Mr. Abdurrahman justified his conduct
Well, he would tell you that shit, wouldn't he, to put you off?
by stating that men often marry girls under the age of 16 in his homeland.
Right, okay, let's stop you there. 1 minute, stop before you...
What a thick nonce. He really thinks that was a win. He just literally telling on himself.
Go any further. So at this point, you have not once stated anything about your friend. You have admitted, all you, that it was justifiable because it's acceptable within your homeland country. That's what you've just said to me, and that is what is on a legal document. You just read that word for word, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So it wasn't your friend, was it?
No, it was my friend.
So oh Christ, if it was your friend, why is your friend not mentioned? Seems to be just you, did it?
Because
So
I did. Let me finish. Indicating that he was unaware of the illegal nature of his actions. Mr. Abdurrahman's responses convey significant denial, lack of culpability.
Yeah, guys, be careful with doxing. It's TikTok. We've got to be careful. I know with like a predator and stuff like that, we don't really want to afford them any sort of, kindness, but it protects their life.
Or understanding of victim impact, which indicates lack of motivation to address his thinking behavior at this time.
right. So
I can, if you didn't understand what I said, I can flip the camera.
I understood what you said. You're a nonce. I understood it clear as day. You're an absolute noncy chops.
And you can read it by yourself.
Linda, it doesn't matter what he told people, we have to protect what is in the chat because AI reads the chat and then puts restrictions on the account. I'm live at the minute, user, and it's very unlikely I'm going to reply to a user's message.
what I fully understood was you tried to justify your actions because it's acceptable within your home country. That's what you just said. That's what I've understood. And if the comments can correct me if I'm wrong, is that what I've just understood, or did you understand that as well, what he's just said?
I said it was legal because in my homeland it is allowed. Yeah, that's correct. But in that time, that the time that me and my friend we attend together, if there is a girl, 15-year-old, the man that he was going to meet her, the driver, and definitely 100%.
No, you were going to rape that child, not your friend. You.
Exactly.
No, it is my friend, and he should.
So wait a minute. If that was true, why are you still called this person a friend? So if we were to believe Noncy Chops here, which we obviously don't, why would you be referring to the child rapist as a friend? Like, the whole thing's fucked.
Be in the jail.
So why didn't you once mention your friend? Why didn't the judge mention your friend? Why didn't your defense or legal team mention your friend?
They did. The court happened very quick. I have no space to talk.
Court didn't happen very quick. You said you were on remand for so long, then you were out and you had to sign every week, and then the court didn't happen very quick at all. Not at all. Chat, is the justice system in our country quick? Do people move quickly throughout the justice system and through the courts? Like, investigations happen for years sometimes.
Just talking about themselves, and they bring interpreter and
what a load of crap. So this guy, as we've said, is obviously a convicted paedophile. This is his account name now. One of the mods will pin the name in the chat. Please don't follow him out of curiosity. I fucking hate when people do that. The guy's an absolute nonce. Give his profile a report and just say that he hasn't verified. If you report him as an underage user, TikTok will ask him to upload his ID to prove he isn't and could suspend the account until that's done. That's the only way I can think of getting around a report, because he has no videos or content. Yeah, he's an absolute predator. I've been told that he's been reported to the police as well, which is also one of the best things anybody can do. Right, I'm heading off, chat. Pardon me. I'm heading over to Kick. So we're on Kick under the username Fact Freak, and now and again We do lives over there where we do deep dives, we do our own little bit of research. You guys can submit things for me to have a look at as well, potentially film YouTube videos or TikTok videos about, or just have a little chat. So I'm going to head over to Kick now. Thank you everybody who's been hanging out tonight and trying to help us raise awareness. I think if you go on the Observers page on TikTok, some of the live that were reacted to has been posted there. You can repost that. On the Fact Freak 4, which is this account here, I did post a video about him as well yesterday. If you want to give that a little repost, a like or something like that, get that out there. And yeah, I'm heading off to Kick. I'll be over there, chat, just after 7 probably, so just keep an eye out, and I will catch you all there. Thank you everybody who hung out with me today. And if you're not following, get following, you crazy before I quickly go. Have a great rest of your evening. Stay away from fucking nitty talk. I'm fucking sick of it over here. And I will catch you all on the flip-flop. See yous over there. Peace, chat.